Hello, I am going to be reading Kaitlyn's story, and if this story inspires you in any shape or form, please please subscribe, please share, etc. And I'm just going to get right into it. Kaitlyn is a mother, a high school coach, a swimmer, and a survivor of sexual abuse. Kaitlyn was 14 years old. She was exactly assaulted by an employee at her high school who also happened to be a gymnast coach. During the time of the abuse, Kaitlyn became pregnant by her predator. She later disclosed this to her school office after graduation, and he was fired. The predator was rehired at her school, even though the school director authorities were aware that he had sexually abused her. Kaitlyn first disclosed the abuse to her counselor. I felt very comfortable talking with her. She prepared me on how to share the abuse with my mom and explain what grooming was and looked like. She helped me realize that I was a victim of grooming. I went home and told my mom, and she was supportive. It was sad, and I could tell my mom she was distraught. Kaitlyn mentioned to her mother was trying to process it herself during the time. Although it was difficult, Kaitlyn and her family were thankful that they had Kaitlyn's daughter in the world. Now, a youth coach herself, Kaitlyn is concerned about potential predators' access to young people. She notes that she had been local news stories regularly over the past 6 years about a teacher or a coach assaulting a student. Coaches are the top predators, and there are a lot of reasons behind that. One, they are typically younger. You communicate with your athletics more and spend more time with them. You have more things in common. You spend more time with your coaches than with your teachers. She pleased to see more schools and youth organizations making safety a top priority. I am a swim coach at a local private school where they run background checks on including incoming teachers and coaches that are in place to keep children safe. Furthermore, there are rules regarding communication with athletics. You cannot follow students on social media. You cannot text children without parents in the chat or another coach. You can never give a child a ride home. There are a lot of rules, but they are in a place to protect yourself as a coach and to protect the athletics. If there's no rules, things will get broken. Kaitlyn also believes it's important to talk about sex education and sexual abuse early. We started talking about Jesus and God when I was 2. I knew who Jesus was and that it was a complex topic to understand. I understood he was someone to pray and someone to watch over us at a very young age. But this is comparison I used a lot to defending talking to my daughter about sex. What's the difference? We talk about Jesus, and that's super complex too. In Texas, sex education is limited, which is why Kaitlyn avoids a local, state, and national level. We needed to teach and talk about consent and grooming because I was unaware that what that meant. It took a long time to realize and process what actually happened to me. Kaitlyn is speaking out now, but what was not comfortable coming forward right away. She noted that it was when Allie Reisman, the American gymnast, was giving her testimony that I realized I needed to tell my story too. It needs to be heard far and wide. Remember, she says that shame is not yours to carry, it's theirs. Regardless of what your story may look like, rather you knew the person, rather you consented on going over, rather there were drugs or alcohol involved, rather you had consensual sex before, rather it is your boyfriend or girlfriend, rather whatever the case may be, you can be standing in front of someone totally naked and revoke consent, and that's where it needs to stop. Like I said in the beginning of the story, if this story inspired you in any shape or form, please share, please like, please comment, etc. And I will see you in the next video.